is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो भारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Everybody can hear? Now you can sit down. When we talk about meditation, we are leading an artificial life. It is not natural. Whatever is artificial, efforts are required, and we are struggling to do something or achieve something through that action. And therefore, we do meditation. Meditation is called dhyanam. So, dhyana is not done. It is not an action. See? We have to remain in awareness. Now, remaining in awareness doesn't mean you sit silently suffer. No. I'll tell you an example. Just before coming, I was replying some of my WhatsApp. One very deeply involved, sincere seeker asked me this question. Swamiji, I have been doing this particular japa for years together. Then I am also doing what you suggested in your lectures, which has really helped me. So I feel, should I continue that earlier japa or I should stop it? I am getting confused. What should I do? I said, look here. You stop it and find out, is your mind feeling guilty that you have stopped it? Are you having some regrets? Oh, I should not have stopped. If this is happening, then you are going the wrong way. Remember this basic principle of living in meditation. Nothing should create a dash and a dot on our mind when we are interacting with the world. Normally what happens, we say something afterwards, I am so sorry, then you are going wrong way. See? This is what I said here, that whatever we are, Brahmananda Abdikallola, Kana Kotam Shaleshakam, Pibanti Indradaya iti Dhyanam Achamanam Matam. So what is the Achamanam in this Nirguna Pooja? That the real bliss is not from the world. Whether it is the joy of eating ordinary food by a poor man or enjoying in the luxuries of the heaven by the Indra, both of them have the same source. Like whether we are in Coimbatore or we are in Bombay. It is the same air. In the same space. They are not different. In the same manner, the bliss or the happiness has only one source. Now that source has to be discovered. And what is that source? See, in our morning class we have seen what is the pramada, what is death. Death is living like a beggar in this world and seeking happiness. That is being a beggar. See? Instead of that, seeking happiness through karma, etc., why not we express happiness? See? When we take out more and more waters from the well, the fresh water comes there. In the same manner, we have to learn this principle that the real bliss is the divine, not the created. But can we deny our experience? Suppose I want a cup of tea. In the morning I am not getting, so I am disturbed. And somehow or the other I make arrangements and I get a cup of tea and then I am happy. What is the conclusion? When I had no tea, I was disturbed, miserable. When I have tea, I am happy. Therefore, happiness has come from the tea. Our conclusion. But that is wrong understanding. When I had no cup of tea, mind was disturbed. The japa was going on there. Tea, 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 tea. Mind was disturbed. And when I get a cup of tea, that disturbance on account of the tea is quietened. Therefore, real happiness is not coming from outside, but when you are at peace with yourself. Ashantasya kuta sukham. A person who is all the time disturbed, how can he ever be happy? But what we do, we create disturbances by depending on the worldly things and beings. And then we argue. See, when I get a cup of tea, I am happy. Therefore, what is wrong in understanding that happiness comes from tea? Then you again inquire, go further. Like tobacco has got some alkaloid in that, the caffeine or whatever it is, tannin. In the same manner, if tea has this happiness as the content of the tea, then everybody would have been happy by taking a cup of tea, but it doesn't happen. See? Like fire has the content of heat. So anybody who touches, whether it is a wise man or an innocent child, he will get burned. In the same manner, if worldly objects have happiness, bliss in them, everybody should be happy from every object, but this doesn't happen. See? Like, take a simple example. Once I was here in South, many years before, maybe about 20, 30 years before. And South means what? Right from morning onwards, idli, sambar, dosha, idli. That idli has gone so deep in my head that I used to dream that when I am sleeping, in case of the pillow, there is the idli. And when I am covering myself with a bed sheet, it is to be a dosa. So much. And then I went to Guwahati. 3 days travel those days by train. And my host used to be one Jain family. So 3 o'clock I reached. So that Amma said, Swamiji, this is neither the time for breakfast, lunch or dinner. Therefore, I have prepared some snacks for you. Then at night or evening, we'll have good food. I said, okay. So I was sitting. He said, close your eyes. Some surprise for you. And I closed and she kept Now open. And there was idli. I said, my God, I started talking to that idli. Which flight you have taken? You came before me. So I just don't like idli. Now, if idli is a source of happiness, everybody should be happy, but it doesn't happen. See, my friends. Therefore, pibanti indradayaha iti dhyanam achamanam matam. So when we take the achamanam while doing the puja, that time we have to remember that the source of happiness is not from outside, it is from within. If you are at peace with yourself, you are happy everywhere. नास्ति बुद्धि अयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न चा भावयत शांति अशांतस्य कुतः सुखम. We have to do this bhavana. What is the bhavana? If somebody does a mistake in asking you, how are you? Don't take revenge. I learned it from you people only. I told you 100 times, you are all my guru. One old lady in Delhi, I went to their house. So, out of courtesy or foolishness, I went to her first. I said, Amma, how are you? Now that old lady was only alone in her room. All other members of the family, other rooms. Who want that old complaining box? So, when I went to see Swamiji, please sit down. And started. See, this morning when I got up and came down my bed, I got such a terrible twist in my ankle, and she started describing it as if it is Bhagavad Mahapuran. See, friends, and her so much of involvement that while listening, I started getting pain everywhere. Friends, remember, don't talk about your miseries to anybody. Digest them. Never talk. Digest them. When you talk your miseries, be attentive. They become real. This is one of the reasons we told you one Maha Mantra. Don't talk about your past. Because when you talk about your past, what happens? You start reliving that experience. And that experience belongs to the small body. That time you are young. Now you are old, 89, not out. See, friends. So you are again and again going back to your body identification. The real spiritual practice is freedom from body identification. And therefore, recognize this. If you are at peace with yourself, you are one with the divine. You don't have to get divinity. Same example like yesterday, when you empty the contents of your suitcase, do you add space to that? Space is already there. You cannot get space from anywhere. See, in Ramcharitmanas, when the topic of Bhagwan Ram's birth is indicated, there the words used are that Bhaye Prakata Krupala Dina Dayala. God does not come from anywhere. He manifests. Like in the suitcase, the space doesn't come from outside. It is already there. But it was occupied by many contents. Remove the contents, the space is there. In the same manner, remove the contents of your mind. The divine is already there. See, my friends, that is Achamanam. Taking the. Why we take Achamanam when we do puja? For two reasons. First, our mouth has been talking, gossiping all dirty things about the world. So before you start your puja, take Achamanam and wash your mouth from inside. It is for that purpose. See, therefore, Pibanti Indradaya iti dhyanam achamanam matam. Now continue further. Brahmananda jale naiva loka sarve pariplutaha achedyoyamiti dhyanam abhishechanam atmanaha. Brahmananda Jalena Eva Sarve Loka Pariplutaha. The whole world is saturated by the Brahmananda. The whole world. Saturated by Brahmananda Jalena Sarve Loka Pariplutaha. Happiness doesn't come from outside. These are the things which we can just discover. There is only one earth, one water, one fire, one air, one space, see? One reality, one mind, one eyes. See, the doctor, when they see our eyes, or if they are to learn what you call anatomy, they learn anatomy on the dead body. And if they have to do the operation on a living patient, will they first kill him and then do the operation? No. Because anatomy is common for everyone, it's not different. In the same manner, Brahmananda Jalena Eva, only by the Brahmananda alone, the whole world is saturated. And in this manner, Achedyoyam iti dhyanam. So I am that non-separated from the divine bliss. Therefore, start playing. What? You are happy. If somebody does a mistake in asking, hey, how are you? If you ask somebody, don't take revenge. Make a default setting. How are you? I am on the top of the world. Fire. But that word should carry the meaning. Otherwise, how are you? I'm on the top of the world. No. Words must carry the meaning in expression. Therefore, Achedyoyam iti dhyanam. I am no more separated from the divine bliss that I am. And therefore, this basic principle, do not seek happiness through karma. Then express happiness through karma. Now, see what is the difference? When you are seeking happiness through karma or action, what we are unknowingly accepting that now I am not happy. If I do this thing, then I will get that thing and then I will get happiness. So what we are doing? We are postponing our happiness in the future period of time, and future never comes and we never become happy. See? Everything that we do in life or don't do, pravrutti, nivrutti, they are meant for only getting happiness. We do not do anything to become miserable. For example, you guys got married. Tell me, has anybody ever got married? Hey, I want to get married to become miserable. No. That's a different issue. See, we get married to be happy, but instead of that, we become miserable. Because this was a wrong notion. Then what is to be done? Whatever we have to do, through body, through speech, through mind. These are the three channels through which we express happiness in life. You are living in God. In other words, God is expressing through you. See? So whatever karma we have to do by our body, do it happily or don't do it. We do the things as if we are obliging and somehow or the other and keep on complaining. Better don't do that. See? Then through the speech, we talk. If we have to talk, talk soft, cheerfully, happily, not a bitterness. See? Such people who talk in such a manner the other person is hurt, they are sadist. Let us be. Bhagavan Krishna defines the tapasya of speech. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priya hitam chayat. Talk in such a manner that the listener doesn't get hurt or offended. That is living in God. See? And in the mind, through the mind, whatever you are thinking, think happily. When you think happily, you cannot be a destructive person. Just a simple example. If somebody tells his girlfriend, honey, darling, today I am so happy, I tell you, I just want to cut you into small pieces. This cannot happen. If you are happy, it is not a destructive force. See, friends. Therefore, those who are allowing the divine to express through them, through the body, speech and mind, through them, God is expressing by Prakata Krupala. So, Brahmananda Jalenaiva Loka Sarve Pariplutaha Achedyoyam iti dhyanam. So always remember that I am not a miserable one. I am not the unfortunate one. I am not the unlucky one. No, 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 no. Don't have that negative approach. See, you know why we become miserable in this world? We are miserable for two reasons. One is the misery of having something. And second is misery of not having something. Both the things make us miserable. Now, those who don't have children, they are miserable. Those who have children, they are super miserable. What God will do? Those who have money, they are miserable. Those who don't have money, they are miserable. Those who get too much of sleep, they are miserable. Those who don't get sleep, they are miserable. Therefore, again and again, we have to recognize, play this thing. How are you? I am wonderful, extremely good, very good, nice. Be fresh, not dragging through life. Achedyoyam iti dhyanam abhishechanam atmanaha. This is the abhishek done on the Atma, the self. Now, continuing further, Niravarana Chaitanyam Prakasho Smiti Chintanam Atmalingasya Sadvastram iti evam Chintayen Munihi. Now, the next is we offer the cloth to the God. So what is that cloth? Niravarana Chaitanyam. Chaitanya, pure consciousness, is without any conditioning. Unconditioned expression is divine. All the experiences that we gather, they are conditioned experiences. For example, we see the colors and forms. Is it that only what we see with the eyes, only that much are the colors and forms, or much more than that? Like our vision can see only the Vibgyor spectrum of light waves. Our vision cannot peep beyond it. And if we insist that only these many are the light waves, nothing is beyond that, then what will happen to X-ray, beta ray, gamma ray, Satyajit ray? What will happen? They are still there. See, friends. Therefore, again and again we have to remind ourselves that Niravarana Chaitanyam, the pure consciousness, is without any covering. And what is the covering that we have? I'll tell you 2-3 types. Get it. Man is covered by the sun. The same man is covered by the husband. The same man is covered by the father. Can you see them? 4 of them. The same man is covered by the son because he is in front of his father. The same man is covered by the husband because he is in front of his wife. The same man is covered by the father because he is in front of his son. Now these 3 coverings, the son, the husband and the father, can we see them? Where are they? These non-existing things are covering. See, my friends, we have to again and again remind ourselves. How to remind? Wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. If you are in front of your father, don't argue. whatever they say, without listening, say yes. Thereafter, do whatever you have to do. You should never argue with old people. You cannot change them. They are gone case. I am one of them. Then, in front of the child, don't listen to him. He will ask nothing but money. So don't listen to him. What about wife and husband? Main thing. That is the simplest one. I told it so many times. When she is talking, keep your mouth shut. When her mouth is shut, you don't talk. There will be peace. And if you don't follow this, there will be pieces everywhere. See? Therefore, Niravarana Chaitanyam, we are independent of everything. Be attentive. We have no experience of birth, growth, death, and absence. Now childhood is absent because childhood body has gone. Teenage is absent because that body has gone. But we are the same, Niravarana. So what we have to do? We have to do nothing but recognize this. The real spiritual practice is not action oriented, but it is experience oriented. Learn from your every experience. So Niravarana Chaitanyam Prakashaha Asmi iti. So I am that pure conscious existence. See? How many people are there? 20. How do you know? I have seen with my eyes and I counted. So this experience is based on the means of knowledge. If some blind man tells, oh, I went for that function and there were about 100 people. How do you know? No, I thought. Because you don't have eyes, you cannot see. Meaning what? That experience which involves the means of knowledge is samsara. Now that experience which does not involve any means of knowledge is the divine Chaitanya that we are. Now see, if we ask, hey, are you there? Let me see whether I am there or not. No. Are you there? Let me test. I think I am there or what? No. Our presence is independent of all the known means of knowledge. There are only three means of knowledge. One is the sense organs, second is the mind, third is the intellect. By the sense organs, we see the objective world, which is only five. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. 5 objects. The sound, the touch, the form, the taste and the smell. Other than these 5 objects, there is no sixth object. So, do we know ourselves through the sense organs? No. Then, do we know through our mind? Mind is nothing but emotions. Aha, I am there. I don't think I am there. And intellect. Intellect functions in concepts. See? Are we a concept or the existence? We are intelligent is a concept. We are beautiful is a concept. See? The parents go on telling their children wrong things. They tell, oh, my honey darling, you are so beautiful, you are the gem from the heavens, and that useless girl start thinking she is beautiful. This I played with one girl in New Zealand. We were going somewhere. And like this child was also brought in the same, my honey, my darling, very sweet and very beautiful. So we were going somewhere and they told me, Swami, we'll go there. It's so beautiful. I said, look here, I will not come. Going down and coming up, no meaning. You go, I'll watch from here. No, Swamiji, see how beautiful it looks. I said, look here, that which looks beautiful is never beautiful. What do you mean? I said, for example, you look beautiful. Next 3 days she did not talk to me. Because she was given a notion by her parents that she is the most beautiful darling. See, even a donkey's baby looks beautiful after birth, is it not? But we get that wrong notion, and with that wrong notion we continue our life. Therefore, Niravarana Chaitanya Prakasha Asmi iti Chintanam. That experience which does not involve operation of the sense organs, mind and intellect is our essential nature. Be attentive. What will be our life thereafter? None of the objects, 5 of them, will influence us. And the best part is, we don't have to do anything. Now tell me, what the eyes have to do not to get influenced by any color and any form? Nothing to do. It is natural. See? Similarly, the mind. What the mind has to do because of the good or the bad thoughts, all the thoughts will come in the mind. Mind doesn't get disturbed. Go further. Understanding, misunderstanding, both are done by the same intellect. And ultimate, waking and dream doesn't add anything to the Chaitanya. A deep sleep and samadhi doesn't take away anything from the Chaitanya. This is what we are. Niravarana Chaitanyam Prakashosmiti Chintanam. So if you have to practice this, I will tell you a simple technique. Try. If there is misery, we can attribute the miseries to somebody. The misery comes to me because of my wife, my children, my in-laws, my outlaws. Agreed. But we are all miserable by our choice. If the miseries come and you refuse to become miserable, misery will become miserable and go away. See, like you are listening. Now, whether to listen and understand is in your hands. You can simply sit and the Baba is keeping on talking and then you are getting here. Therefore, do not allow, be attentive, do not allow an experiencer to be born when there is any experience. What are the experiences we go through? Only 2, joy and sorrows. Bhagavan says, Dukkheshu anudvigna manaha. When miseries come, don't become miserable. And it can happen only through wisdom. Who is in this world who doesn't have misery? Everybody has miseries. So if you have, it's good, you are still alive. Dead body doesn't have miseries. Recognize this. That is what is called as the Pooja of the Nirguna Tattva that we are. Niravarana Chaitanyam Prakashosmi iti Chintanam Atmalingasya Sadvastram. This is what he is offering the cloth to the Atmalinga, to the self that we are. We offer the cloth to the God, no? Vastram Samarpayami. This is the Vastra. Recognize the presence. Because of the cloth, we recognize somebody. In the same manner, the divine is recognized by this simple technique. Do not carry the burden of any upadhi. You know this burden of upadhi, I will explain you through some example. Somewhere, there was some board written, somebody's ashram. Swami, some Gadbadananda. And below that, in a bracket, it was written, ex-IAS officer. Now, what is a sannyasa? Sannyasa is that wherein you have performed your shraddha karma. You are dead for all practical purposes. And yet we keep on hanging to that ex-IAS officer. See, friends, some places they write, Dr. Swami, patient hai, doctor nahi. See, friends, therefore, all upadhis, when you discard, then what remains is the truth. To summarize this in one sentence, non-specific experience is Paramatma. Any specific experience creates an experiencer. That experience where experiencer is not born is the truth. Therefore, Atmalingasya sadvastram iti evam chintayed muni. Now, be attentive. We go beyond Jada Chetan. Jada is inert, Chetan is sentient. See. For this, we take an example. One bulb and one heater. Both of them are connected to the same mains, electricity. Now, from the bulb, light will come out. From the heater, the heat will come out. Are there two electricities? Only one. Because of the gadget, two expressions are different. In the same manner, the same mind coming out of the eyes become the vision. The same mind coming out of the ears become the hearing ability. The same mind comes out of the nose become the poking ability. Pokeability. Poke in everybody's life. Behind them there is only one mind. And behind that mind there is only one life. Body wise we are different. Liking, disliking wise we are different. Mind wise we are different. Somebody has got angry, somebody has confused mind. But life wise we are all common. And when you come to this point, only life, then last step remains. That is life versus inert. Now go there. Life is, stone is, nothing in this world is recognized as not is. Even the absence is recognized as is. There is nobody. There is no problem. So this ultimate is the Sadvastram. Therefore, Kathopanishad ultimately tells that Asti iti upalabdhavyaha tattva bhavena prasidati. The truth is recognized as mere unqualified existence. And this is experienced by us as not present but presence. The moment you say present, you have created the time. Past tense, future tense, present tense. Then we start living in the tenses. Therefore, presence which is unqualified. See? Come back to the same example. Red color seen, the same eyes. Blue color seen, the same eyes. Tall person is seen, the same eyes. Conditions may be different, but the one which is illuminating is one. In this manner, hold on to this pure conscious existence And therefore, what sadhana we should do? Don't get lost in discussions on the basis of differences. Find out a common factor. This example I had given in one children's camp. We were having about 50, 70 children. This happened in Khandala many years before. So I was talking to them. So just to tell them, I said, let us play with them. Then I asked, I said, hey, today we'll play some game. The moment I say play game, all were very cheerful. No more teaching. So I said, now tell to whomsoever I ask, he only should tell, not everybody. Tell me, what are the differences among all of us? One boy, you tell, there are boys and there are girls, differences. You tell, there are tall, there are short, differences. You tell, they are white, there are black, very good. There is no end to enumerate the differences. I said, now enough. Now tell, what is the common factor? Everybody quiet. So one child who was indifferent to everything, eating his nail, I thought, let me invoke him. So I asked him, you tell what is the common factor in all of us? He said, we are all suffering because of you. Common factor. Discover this common factor. Common factor is pure existence, not existence of. Pure experience, not experience of. Pure knowledge, not knowledge of. Delete this off part. What remains is the truth. Niravarana chaitanyam prakashosmiti chintanam atmalingasya sadvastram. So, recognize the self as unqualified existence. Childhood has come and gone, we have neither come nor gone. Teenage came and went, we are the same. Middle age came and went, we are the same. Old age will go, we will not go anywhere. When a small house is dismantled and a big building is constructed there, will the space which was inside the house go away when the house is broken? No, because the space is not in the house. House is in the space. Exactly the same way. We are not in the body. The body is in me. So when the body goes, who cares? See, friends, this pure existence that we are can never be denied. Therefore, we can never have the experience of our absence. That is the meaning of Atmalingasya Sadvastram iti chintayet munihi. Continuing further. Nirgunatma sheshaloka malika sutramasmeham iti nishchayamevatra yupavitam parammatam. Then we offer the upavitam, the janevu, the sacred thread to the God when we do the puja. So what is that sacred thread? Nirgunatma shesha loka malika sutramasmi aham. I am the one common thread because of which all the experiences are held together. Now one homework, you can do it here itself. Who makes this statement? Find out. I had good sleep, but in between I had bad dreams. Who makes this statement? This statement cannot be made by the waker because he was not in the deep sleep. This statement cannot be made by the waker because he was not in the dream. Think. Don't we make this statement? We do make it. Who makes it? We friends. It is not physical. Keep on running marathon. Or keep on lifting the weight, lift it. What for? To put it down. Useless. See, friends, learn from your own experiences. Who makes this statement? I had good sleep, but in between bad dreams. Then we'll come to know, waker doesn't make this statement, dreamer doesn't make this statement, deep sleeper also doesn't make this statement. Because in the deep sleep, if the deep sleeper was sleeping, then how will he know that I had a good sleep? Then who makes it? The one who is illuminating, supporting the waker with the waking experiences without becoming a waker. The one who is supporting the dream for the dreamer without becoming a dreamer. And the one who is supporting the deep sleep without going to sleep. Mattaha, because of me, Smriti, Jnanam, Apohanancha, I alone support Smriti, dream, Jnanam, waking, Apohanam, deep sleep, Chakarat, Samadhi. I alone support all of them. So I alone is present in all the experiences, and therefore Sarvaihi Vedaihi Ahameva Vidyaha. So what is worthy of knowing in this world is Aham. Who am I? Nirgunatma Shesha Loka Malika Sutramasme Ham. So these three experiences, they are all supported by one common thread, and that thread I am iti nishchayam evatra. This thread I am is offering the yajnopavitam to the Nirguna Brahma that we are. Friends, as we don't get disturbed, good or bad, what has happened in the dream when we are awake. In the same manner, when we are awakened to our essential nature, all that is happening in the waking will not disturb us. For this, the sadhana, I tell you, it is the simplest one. It can't be simpler than this. When you stand in front of the mirror, can you stop reflection happening? You cannot stop. It will happen. Is it that reflection, the mirror will reflect only the wise man? No, anything that comes. So two fellows go. One is the man, second is the dog. Now both of them look at the reflection. Now what is the interaction of the man standing in front of the mirror? He will use that reflection for his makeup, but he will not take it as real. But the dog, he will take the reflection as real, and then he will do the sadhana to remove that. And that what he will do? He will do doga. This book I read in Australia many years before. For the first time, I was staying with a Fiji family. And they also didn't know me, I also didn't know them. So, beautiful bed and everything. And next to my bed, they kept few books, if I like to read. One of the book was Doga. Never heard such a name. Naturally attracted. So I said, let me see what is that book, Doga. And what it was? Yoga for dogs. Yoga. And the first picture was, you must have seen or see next time. When a dog gets out of his sleep, he does Surya Namaskar. How beautiful it is. So, the dog, when he looks into the mirror, that it is real, that reflection is real, then he will start fighting with it. So, what will be the fighting? Fighting will be Kurute, Ganga, Sagar, Gamanam, Vrata Paripalan, Athava Danam. I had to give charity, I had to go to the temple, I had to help others, and I had to do the meditation, I had to do pranayam, I had to study, I had to go to temple. You do all that. Will the reflection from the mirror disappear? Then what is the solution? Only one solution. Recognition of the illusion as an illusion is the only way to get out of illusion. Nothing to do. You cannot work on illusion. Neither you can destroy it nor you can create it. Illusion is not a creation, it is appearance. It appears but doesn't exist. In the same manner, we cannot remain without body identification. Like there is no option to have or not to have reflection in the mirror. In the same manner, there is no option. Body identification is bound to be. Now, what is to be done? The same thing, the man and the dog. In our case, the wise man and we the other wise man. See? Wise man also lives in this world. He also takes food. He also goes here and there. Everything like us. But the difference is he doesn't take the body identification as real, and as a result, he is no more unwantedly involved in this world to improve the world, to do something good to the world. And therefore, social service is not spiritual practice. See how important it is. Therefore, Trigunatma Shesha Lokamalika Sutram Asmiham iti Nishchayamevatra Upavitam Param Matam. Therefore, all the experiences which has come and gone. See? Now here one more point I'll tell you, catch it. We have dreamt in our life, how many dreams we don't know. So many of them. Good. Then, have we ever written autobiography of a dreamer? Why? Because for every dream, there is a separate dreamer. They have no relationship. Like for every dream, there is a separate dreamer. Equally true, for every waking experience, there is a separate waker. If it is not so, we will never grow wise. I, the child, and I, the grown-up. Is it the same? Some people continue to be childish even in the old age. That's a different issue. Exceptions. See, friends. But then we write autobiography. I was born here and there. Then I went here, I went there. I did this, I did this. Now I am here. Be attentive. What is the garland? This garland. Is it a real object? If I break the thread, remove all the flowers and the thread, the weight of the garland and the weight of all the flowers and the thread, after the thread is snapped, will it be different? Same. Then the question comes, where the garland has gone? See? Where garland has gone? There was a cat, and her owner, she was doing this knitting with the wool. So wool ball was there, and the cat was wanting to play with that wool ball, but the owner will not allow. But her attention was only at that. And then Something happened, the owner has to go inside the room. So she left everything there. The cat saw, wonderful, now I can play. She took that ball and started playing here and there. And after about 10-15 minutes, the ball disappeared. And she was worried. No, where the ball has gone? Where the ball has gone? Because it was undone. Where the ball has gone? He has gone nowhere. It never existed. Exactly the same way, our personality is nothing but a imaginary summation of our total past. To get out of this, our simple technique is don't talk about your past. Don't ask anybody about their past. Net result, you will remain in the present. And to remain in the present is easier than to go in the past. See, in Shimla it happened. My friend took me there. His in-laws were there, old fellows. So he says, Swamiji, I have to go for some work. I will come within an hour or two, then we'll go for outing. I said, all right. Now that old couple came. And old couple means what? They only talk about the past. They can't live in the present. So they asked me, how many times you have come to Shimla? I said, I have never come. First time? I said, yes. We came here for our honeymoon. Now, who asked you? You know, one of our Mahamantra, who asked you? We keep on telling. We came here for honeymoon after our marriage in 1922. Man said, in the old age, whatever man says, if the lady agrees, then there is something wrong. He started shouting, 22. You might have married to someone else. We got married in 32. No, we got married in 22. Now that Jugalbandi started, 22, 32. The net result is you forget to remain in the present. And do we have an option to live yesterday or to live tomorrow? We have no option. We have to live today. Is it not easier? But all the time. And that together becomes our ego. And if there are too many flowers, a big garland. If there are few flowers, small garland. In our Mumbai, these flower people who deliver the flowers to different houses, they deliver flower for the Ganapati garland. It has got only 3 flowers and major is only thread. And if there is only 1 flower, can there be a garland? If you remain in the utter present, you are divine. Present without past and future is presence. When we talk to others, we digress in the past. When we talk to ourselves, we go in the future. Net result, we are never in the present. Past is a tense, future is a tense. And therefore, for us, the presence also becomes a tense. And it is present tense. So our whole life is lived in tenses. They have no meaning. And when we transcend the tenses, as in deep sleep, we are happy. These are so basics, my friend. Try not to involve time, space and object in your discussion. You cannot talk. We talk about the space. When I went to New Zealand, space. See, it is, I think, before 20 years time, when I was young, object. Avoid these three parameters. Bhagwan Shankaracharya writes, बीजस्यांतरिवांकुरो जगदिदं प्रांग्निर्विकल्पं पुनः माया कल्पित देश काल कलना वैचित्र चित्रीकृतम्. The world is created by the projection of these three parameters: time, space, and object. In deep sleep, we are nowhere, never, and nobody. And therefore, we are happy. So, if we are able to live in that mode while we are awake, then how can we live that? Karnataka. Drama karo. As if you are living. Example, now as if you are listening. I can say that you are looking at me, but how can I say whether you are listening or not? See, my friends, this is the meaning of Upavitam. So the thread brings so many things put together and creates an illusion of a garland. In the same manner, an illusion of a personality. I am successful, I am failure, I am lucky, I am unlucky, I am waker, dreamer, deep sleeper, I lived a good life, bad life. These are all illusions supported by a common thread, which is not influenced by any one of them. That is what we are. Hold on to this understanding. This is offering the Upavitam to the Nirguna Brahma that we are. See, my friends, Upavitam Param Matam. Aneka Vasana Mishra Prapanchoyam Dhrutomaya Nanye Na Annena Iti Anusandhanam Atmanaha Chandanam Bhavet. Now we offer the Chandanam to the Bhagavan. Aneka Vasana Mishra Prapanchoyam Dhrutomaya. I am supporting all the experiences of this world, good or bad. Every experience is a great meditation if you can recognize. Miseries, forget about miseries. Sounds, we know. Silence, we know. Then who are we? We are beyond sound and silence. We are aware of silence, but we are so much overpowered by the sound that we forget about the silence. Another example, world is name and form. So about the name I told you. Now come to the form. Now, how many fingers? 4. Why they are 4? Because in between two fingers there is space. There is absence of the fingers. So unless we have experience the absence in between, we cannot say there are 4 fingers. In the same manner, waking, dream, bhavatmak, something is, deep sleep and samadhi, nothing is. Both of them are supported by us. Therefore, who are we? That which is beyond presence and absence. This is what is called as, it is anena anusandhanam atmanaha chandanam bhavet. Then we are offering chandanam to the God, which is nothing but great divine fragrance. So the fragrance of our life is, we support all the experiences, good or bad, but do not get influenced by any experience. That is the beauty of life. One day you will come to know every kind of experience is necessary for us. Even if you are a Bengali, keep on eating Rasgulla. How many more can you eat? After some time, no, give me some achar. Remember, human mind cannot remain attracted toward the same place, same time, same person, same job, same activity infinitely. It cannot remain. Mind is very fickle. It will not be steady. And therefore, let us not get carried away by this and hold on to the substratum which is supporting all the changes without getting influenced by them. That is the fragrance of our beautiful life. Let us give it a chance and discover the truth. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ